Hello students, I welcome you all to this presentation on testing of electromechanical relay. Let us see the contents first. The contents are meaning of a relay, and then we'll see electromechanical relay and its operating principle, technical specifications, advantages and disadvantages, applications, and finally we'll see the experiment on testing of electromechanical relays. So first of all, what is meant by a relay? A relay is a protected device which detects faulty conditions in the power system and trips the circuit breaker. This can be understood by this diagram below. So this is the supply line on which the circuit breaker is connected, and this line goes to the load, and this is the trip coil circuit of the circuit breaker. This is the relay coil which is supplied from secondary of this CT. Under normal conditions, the circuit breaker will be in closed condition, and this NO contact of the relay will be in open condition. When there is a fault here, there will be high current flowing in this line, and that high current is reduced to a smaller value in a particular ratio called CT ratio, current transformer ratio, and the relay will get magnetized, and this open contact will close. When this closes, this trip coil circuit is completed and the trip coil is energized, and the trip coil will open the circuit breaker. This is how a relay basically operates. Now let us see what is meant by electromechanical relay. An electromechanical relay can be defined as an electrically operated switch that closes or opens a circuit by physical movement of a bridge. Now if you see this diagram here, so this is the bridge of the relay, this is the fixed contact, and this is the moving contact, and this is the relay coil, and this is the moving disc. So this electromechanical relay operates on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So when this relay coil senses high current, this disc will start to move. When the disc moves, it will go and touch the fixed contact, thereby it will close the tripping circuit of the circuit breaker. So this is how an electromechanical relay works. So the technical specifications are like this. The type of relay is induction type overcurrent relay or earth fault relay. The make is Eaton-Ray-Rolls. It is called as ERL. The model is 2TJM70. Number of auxiliary contacts, that is 2 NOs and 2 NCs are there. Rated voltage of the coil, either it can be 110 volts or 240 volts AC. Rated current, it's also called as nominal current, that is 1 amp. It is also expressed as a percentage of IDMT, that is inverse definite minimum time relay. Then burden of the current coil is 0.5 volt amps, burden of voltage coil is 12 volt amps, and the operating time, the minimum operating time is 100 milliseconds, that is nothing but 0.1 second. So the advantages of these relays are, they are robust in construction, and the operation is very reliable. They cost less as compared to the numerical relays. They are suitable for high current and high voltage applications. They can withstand voltage transients, and they have high overload capacity. So in the event of any high voltage or high current, these coils can withstand that overload capacity. Disadvantages: power consumption is high, bulk in size, so they occupies more space, cannot be programmed. Unlike numerical relays, we cannot collect any data from the electromechanical relays. Less flexible compared to numerical relays. So if there's any alterations or additions to be done, in the event of any alterations, these relays are not flexible for such changes. Now let us go to the experiment. The aim of the experiment is to test the electromechanical overcurrent relay and plot its time current characteristics. So this is the circuit diagram which we are going to use for testing this particular relay. As you can see, this is the overcurrent relay which is being tested, and this is the relay coil, and this is the current injection transformer which is used for generating high current to test this relay. This is the auto transformer using which we can vary the primary voltage of this current injection transformer and increase or decrease the current here in this circuit. So before closing this switch, we have to ensure the selector switch in 0 position, auto transformers are in 0 position, then close the main switch. After closing the main switch, put the selector switch to set position. By varying this auto transformer, set this current to a particular value which are calculated. These things will be explained when showing the demonstration. After setting the current here, we have to change over the selector switch to test position. When you change over, so that fault current will flow through this overcurrent relay, and once the relay senses, it will operate and the NO contact becomes NC, and that will actuate the trip circuit. And the time taken by the relay to operate can be noted down in this timer. So we will see now, we will see the apparatus required for this one. These are the apparatus which I showed you in the circuit diagram. This experiment can also be conducted with the help of a trainer kit like this. Now let us see the demonstration of this experiment. This is the electromechanical overcurrent relay demonstration kit. This is the relay which we are going to test now. We will see the nameplate details. On the nameplate details, we can see the make is there, that ERL means Eason Rayrolls. Model is 2TJM70. Nominal current rating, that is it's a 1 amp relay, and some constant values are given which is used for calculating the fault current setting value. You can see it is mentioned as IDMTL relay. IDMTL stands for inverse definite minimum time lag. So IDMTL setting is equal to nominal current into M1 into M2. So depending on the value what you are choosing, the relay will operate accordingly. And here you can see the table given here. Multiple of setting 2 times, 5 times, 10 times and 20 times nominal current. So what it indicates, suppose if the current flowing to this relay is 2 amps, that is 2 times nominal current, the relay should trip in 3.84 seconds. Likewise, if the current flowing to the relay is 5 amps, it should trip in 1.79 seconds and so on. So now we'll see the internal parts of this relay. What are the settings given there? You can open it like this. I have opened the relay. Now we can see the main parts inside. So this is the rotating disc. When the disc rotates like this, it will operate the tripping mechanism. This is plug setting. And below you can see there's a dial for time setting. In this you can see that the dial is for time setting is set as 1. That is nothing but 1 second is equal to 1 only. So if you set it for 0.5, it will trip in half the second. So next, you can see this one is put as 1.5. So if you substitute this value in this formula, we will be getting the fault current pickup value or current setting value. So there's a mechanism here for resetting the relay. You can see once the disc rotates, you can see here how the tripping happens. See that it has tripped now, and will come back to original position after tripping. So for next operation, we have to reset like this. So behind the relay there is an operating coil which cannot be seen from this end, but you can see there is some black thing here. This is the operating coil which will have tappings, and those tappings will be given to this plug setting so that you can choose the pickup value of current. So now let us conduct the experiment. Before conducting the experiment, I will just show you the main apparatus on the kit. This is the ammeter for setting the current. This is the auto transformer varying which we can vary the current injection, and this is the power on MCB, emergency trip button. This is load on off switch. This is selector switch for test and set position. This is feeder on indicator. This is lockout relay with reset button. Timer for measuring the tripping time. And then you can see there are some banana terminals provided here. That is for doing some wiring, external wiring. Now let us test the relay. First, let us set the plug setting. So if you see here, right now the plug setting is in 1.5. I will remove and put it on 1. So if M1 is 1, then the current setting becomes 1 amps into 1 into 0.5. So the fault current setting will become 0.5 amps. So if 0.5 amps flow through this relay, the relay will pick up and actuate the tripping circuit. And time setting, you can see it is put on position 1. So that means 1 second is equal to 1 unit only. I leave it there in position 1. Now let us test the relay. You can see the external wiring is done. Now before switching on the power supply, ensure that auto transformer is in 0 position and selector switch is in off position. Now switch on the power supply. So once you switch on the power supply, put the selector switch in set position. After putting in set position, now I have to artificially create the fault current and then inject it to the relay. Now as you have seen, we have chosen the pickup value as 0.5 amps. So for very low current, it will take more time to trip. So I will straight away apply 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times, or like that, and check the operation of this relay. So now vary the auto transformer and set the current to 1 amp, which is 2 times the set value. So if you observe here, for 2 times the set value, it should trip in 3.8 seconds. Now let us test. Put the selector switch to test position. This is the fault injection on button. I'll press it and observe the operation. You can see the relay has started operating, the time is running. It tripped in 4 seconds. So it is very much close to 3.8 seconds. Now before we test for the next value of fault current, reset the timer, reset the lockout relay, and reset the electromechanical relay. Now let us conduct the experiment to take the next set of reading. Put the selector switch to set position, switch on the feeder, vary the auto transformer and set the current to 2.5 times the set value, which is nothing but 1.25 amps. So it is close to 1.25 amps. Now put the selector switch to test position and inject this fault current and observe the relay to operate. So the relay tripped in 3.2 seconds. So if you observe, as the fault current increases, the time taken by the relay to trip decreases. So once you note down the reading for 3 times, 4 times, 5 times the set value, you can plot the inverse time characteristics of the electromechanical relay. Thank you. I hope you have understood the conduction of this experiment. While conducting the experiment, in each step, you should note down this fault currents and the corresponding time for tripping. This fault current should be set as a percentage of the set value. That is like, say, 125%, 150%, 200%, or it can be said as 1.25 times, 1.5 times, 2 times, and so on. After completing the experiment, you have to plot what is known as inverse time characteristic curve like this on a log graph sheet. I will show the ideal characteristics here. This is the ideal characteristics. You can see on this axis, y-axis, the time scale, and on x-axis, you can see this current scale. There is multiples of set current. And here, you can see the number of graphs here. So these are all the curves for, let us say here, if you see the time multiplier setting as 1, this will be the curve. If the time multiplier setting is 0.9, this will be the curve. Like that, you can see for all from 0.1 to 1, you can see these are the various curves for various time multiplier settings. So that's all about this particular experiment. Thank you.